Hi, just a video of who I am. I have been online since 1998 and made my first affiliate commission that year for the grand sum of $1.12. Since then I have made money here and there with different plans, but I never really stuck with any to actually build a recurring income of any size or significance. The reason for this is principally that I have never worried about money, not because I am wealthy or have a wealthy background. Quite the reverse, in fact. I come from a working-class background in Manchester, UK, and have never had a big bank balance. I don't know exactly how I got the idea that whatever I wanted to do, I could, and the money would somehow arrive to finance whatever it was. I lived my life just planning whatever I wanted to do, and somehow it always worked out. I have been blessed with some very high-paying jobs before I decided that I just did not like working for anyone. That's the rebel in me. In 1973, I decided I would never work in an office again, and left a high-paying job in Bermuda with no real idea of what I would do next. I did have a small amount of cash, and planned to fly to the USA and then travel overland to Argentina, where a friend of mine was working as a teacher. I had also bought a flight from Argentina to the UK, which was my insurance policy. However, in January 1974, I was in Flores, Guatemala, and I met the love of my life, Laura, who became my wife on the 8th of February, even though she knew no English and my Spanish was limited to ordering eggs for breakfast. I cashed in my return ticket from Argentina and had just about enough to buy 2 tickets to Manchester, England, where we arrived with less than £2 to start our new life together. Fortunately, my parents accepted us with open arms, and this gave us time to find our feet. I had many different jobs of widely varied natures, including working on a turkey farm, very seasonal, being a fireman and selling insurance, knocking on doors. Then, I answered an advert to work for Rank Xerox, selling word processors. Remember, we are still mid-1970s, long before the age of personal computers and such. State-of-the-art office equipment in those days was an electric typewriter. Anyway, the job came my way, and back in the mid-1970s, I was making over £16,000 a year with a car and full expenses. I guess that equates to about £200,000 a year today. But we decided that working for others was not our ideal, and so my wife and I bought a pet shop, which was a lot of fun. And mainly through my wife's endeavor, we built the business to a couple of shops and a wholesale warehouse, also manufacturing pet foods. I then decided I'd had enough of that, and I gave the business to my nephew, much to my wife's initial disbelief and then dismay. This is still back in the 1980s. After a while my cash ran out, and so I went to a supermarket and spent my last £5 on bread and cheese and meats, etc., made sandwiches and went around local offices selling them. After a while we had a shop and then another shop and a deli-style restaurant, once again largely due to my wife's endeavor. Then I got involved in MLM and was fascinated by the power of leveraging income through a matrix system. However, although I made handy cash, most of my team did not make anything, and that puzzled and upset me. I changed companies 3 times to try and rectify this situation, but although I made enough money to live on comfortably, most did not make anything. It was at this time, by now mid-1990s, that my wife was invited to visit family in the USA, and so off she went for 3 months with me to follow for the last month. What happened is that my wife said she wanted to stay there, and so I got rid of everything and joined her in the USA, where we remained until 2007. During this time I got into affiliate marketing, and we also had our own MLM business providing web hosting, among other things. In 2007 we decided to relocate to Ireland, and so rented accommodation for 3 months while we found a place to live. It did not work out, and so we set off for Italy in our van, along with our 3 dogs and pet duck that had come with us from the USA. Laura, my wife, had a sister living in Milan, and that was our first port of call, then moving on to the Adriatic coast near Pescara. We bought a fixer-upper there, which we lived in until we left Italy in 2010 when we returned to the UK. During our travels, the payment company called SafePay that we used for our business stole our money and emptied our bank account. Not very safe despite the name. We had no business, but I always believed there will be enough, and there always was. Since about 2000, I've been trying to find a way that would help all people in online marketing make money. And by 2020, that had evolved into a not-for-profit organization called We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance has had some spectacular ups and downs, but is now on a path to help people all over the world, but lacking cash flow at this moment in time. For this reason, I am turning to affiliate marketing, not for personal money reasons, but to help the cash flow of We Share Abundance. Because of my way of thinking, which I accept is probably not the norm for most people, I have never been motivated to responsibly and persistently follow any money-making plan. Enough has always been enough for me, and enough to live as I choose has always been available somehow. Over the years, I have changed from atheist to very spiritual, and my spiritual guru is Paramahansa Yogananda. I mention this because one of his quotes now is the reason that I'm embarking on this course.
We cannot live happily by spiritual sustenance alone, nor by material prosperity alone. It is only by having ambition, and by crowning that ambition with the idea of service to others, either by helping them individually or by working for some great cause, that you will find a spiritual reason for making money for yourself and others. To help others to help themselves also spiritualizes ambition. An almighty power has linked us all together. Whenever you help others, you are helping yourself.
The two most powerful things in the universe are love and faith. It has been said that love conquers all, and that faith can move mountains. If you are ready to live life to the full by using the power of love and faith, then I am here to help you all I can, and may God bless you always. And here are some pictures that are actually me and not random images selected by AI.